There were spectacular throws made by Caleb Williams to Rome Odunze and DJ Moore. There were great plays made by the defense, a lot of trash talking, and there was also a trick play today at day 3 of mandatory Chicago Bears minicamp. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears offseason update video. I hope all of you are doing well. This is the final offseason update before training camp. Training camp is in mid-July. I'll be having a lot of videos out for that as well, but sadly today is the last day of these minicamp practice updates, and thank you to you guys for showing so much love on these videos. My videos have been blowing up recently, so shout out to you guys for showing love on these, but I don't want to waste too much time. Let's get into what happened at practice today, and talking about the attendance first of all. So according to Patrick Finley, he said that Cole Kmet, Braxton Jones, Nate Davis, Tyler Scott were all out at some point this week and did not practice today. So probably precautionary reasons here. I know Nate Davis, Bears fans have been getting on his back about not practicing that much, both last year and this year. Hopefully he is going to be healthy for when training camp rolls around. But the other guys being out, I'm not too worried about. Cole Kmet, Braxton Jones, Tyler Scott have minor injuries that should be healed up by the time training camp starts. Obviously, if we had a game this week, they would be practicing, but since it's June right now, no need to risk it at this point. And Patrick Finley also pointed out that the Bears veterans are going home, but the rookies are sticking around for another short OTA week next week. I'm not sure if we're going to get updates on that practice from the media. Probably not. And anyways, I'm not going to be at home that week. I'm going to be in Europe on vacation. So check Twitter for updates if there is any that week. But good to see the rookies getting a little bit more work in, because obviously they have much more to learn than the veterans do, being totally new to the NFL. But let's talk about what happened in practice today. And it seemed like it was a pretty good day from Caleb Williams in the Bears offense. The Bears defense also had their wins at the end in 11-on-11s, but Caleb also had his fair share of fantastic throws. So according to 79th and Hal's podcast, he said, much better day for the offense. Caleb Williams found Rome Odunze in the end zone twice and DJ Moore in the end zone on 7-on-7s. Courtney Cronin said that Caleb Williams in the offense had a strong day in 7-on-7. Best throw was a pass made to the corner of the end zone over the head of Jalen Johnson that was hauled in for a touchdown by Rome Odunze. DJ Moore also had a touchdown in 7-on-7. Zach Pearson provided more detail. He said that Williams threw 2 touchdowns, 1 to DJ Moore, 1 to Odunze. I think it was 2 to Odunze according to the other reporters, but he said the throw to Odunze was on the money in the corner as the wide receiver went up and got it in between double coverage. Really nice play all around. Adam Johns tweeted similar things. He said that Rome Odunze's touchdown was in the corner. Williams lofted the ball over multiple defenders, and DJ Morris was in the back in the end zone in tight coverage against Tyreek Stevenson. Williams lasered the throw. Those are some pretty exciting updates from practice. I know it's only practice, and we're not talking about the game. We're talking about practice. Cue the Allen Iverson meme, but it's still very exciting to see our rookie connection grow here between Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze. I don't have video of that play right now, but the Bears are going to be posting video on their social media feeds later tonight, so be on the lookout for the actual footage of this play. But I cannot wait to see it, because it seemed like it was a fantastic catch by Rome Odunze over multiple defenders and a very good throw by Caleb in tight coverage to loft that ball over the head of multiple defenders, put the ball exactly where only Rome Odunze could catch it. That's great quarterbacking right there, and that's something we have not seen enough of in the last couple years in regards to the tight window throws. Fields never attempted those throws. I know that he did not have the best receiving core to work with most years, especially in 2022. He did not really have the guys that could go up and make these types of plays for him, but that kind of lingered into 2023, where even when he did have some guys to throw the ball to, he held onto the football and did not even take those chances, probably because the Bears screwed up his confidence. But even in college football, Fields mostly had wide open guys to throw to at Ohio State, where it was very different for Caleb in college, at least in 2023. In 2022, he did have a fantastic weapon in Jordan Addison, but in 2023, he had 6th round, 7th round receivers as his number 1 and number 2, and an offensive line that was not that good. So I think playing with that worst supporting cast is going to prepare him for life in the NFL, because he knows how to fit those balls into those tight windows. Pause, but he did that at the college level. I think he can also do that at the next level in the NFL. He has to learn what he can get away with in the NFL, because it's not always going to be the same as what he got away with at the college level. But these are the times to take those chances in practice and see what he can do against a very talented secondary and defense that the Bears currently have. I also like he's spreading the ball out to multiple guys. We've been getting reports about him hitting passes to Keenan Allen, to DJ Moore, to Rome Odunze, to Cole Kmet, to Gerald Everett. And obviously when you have this many good weapons, it's going to be a lot easier than it was for our previous quarterbacks. But Caleb has the intelligence and the football instincts to not only be a one read quarterback in the NFL. We saw him multiple times at the college level have to go through multiple different reads because those USC receivers did not exactly get open at a very high rate. So he had to, make magic happen on his own. And when he did stay in the pocket, there were multiple examples of him going through his progressions and hitting read number 2 or read number 3. And so far with the Chicago Bears in practice, he's shown great ability to do that. Now in the NFL, when the games start, when the pass rush is there, it's going to be a lot different. But I think Caleb can handle that pressure with the good weapons that he has. And speaking about the weapons, guys, I do want to point out that Rome Odunze has been really impressing the Chicago Bears staff so far in practice. Matt Eberflus was asked if any particular player caught his attention this offseason, and he answered with Rome Odunze. He said Rome Odunze really impressed us in terms of his ability to grab concepts and execute out there. I am so excited to see Rome Odunze play in a Chicago Bears uniform. He really has it all from a mentality, leadership, intangibles, and on the field standpoint where there's nothing to not like about this guy. He's such a fun personality to root for, and he's a team first guy at a position where that's kind of rare. There's so many receivers in the NFL that care so much about their own stats, about their own egos, where sometimes that can rub off the wrong way on the team. But Rome Odunze is the exact opposite of that. Okay, he's been so friendly to everybody at the Chicago Bears. He's been a team player, hard worker, and that's going to continue the next couple years in the NFL because that's the type of guy he is. So I cannot wait to see that chemistry between Rome Odunze and Caleb Williams continue to grow during this offseason. But talking about the defense now a little bit, we don't have too many specific reports about which individual players did well on defense, but we do have some team defense reports. So according to Courtney Cronin, she said that the first team defense won the team period in the red zone. 11-11 ended with the offense arguing for a PI call while referee Matt Eberflus, no actual refs were on hand, let the play stand as a pass breakup. Obviously, Matt Eberflus, being a defensive guy, is going to rule in favor of the defense. Patrick Finley said that Bears practice is over, was very light. Highlight was defense holding first team offense scoreless in the red zone, and DeMarcus Walker letting them know about it. I love the trash talking that our defense is doing every single day in practice because you can feel a different type of energy this year, guys. Like, there's so much competition between the offense and the defense because they each know the other side is so talented. So when they get their wins in practice, it really feels good because you feel like you're beating somebody that's talented and strong. You really feel like you had to earn that win, and you know that you're going to be better as a team in the long run for these battles in practice. So good to see the defense still having success in practice. Most of these days have been split between the offense and the defense where each side is making a lot of plays. And I think it's going to be the same when training camp rolls around too. We're not going to get too many reports about one side dominating that day. Maybe here and there we will, but for the most part, it's going to be split between the offense and the defense because I feel like both sides are equally as talented for the first time maybe ever in Chicago Bears history. Next, I do want to talk about a trick play that happened in practice today. So according to Nicholas Moriano, he said that the Bears tried a trick play during the team period. Williams threw a pass to Keenan Allen to the left, and then Allen attempted to hit DeAndre Swift down the right sideline on a wheel route. Stevenson was in coverage on Swift, but the ball was underthrown, and the pass fell incomplete. He also adds that Keenan Allen did throw a 49-yard touchdown pass against the Vikings last season, and Courtney Cronin also chimed in. She said that Eberflus said, "Why not? Let's go." Got several of them talking about the trick play there. I love it, okay? We haven't ran that many trick plays the last couple of years, partly because our base offense was so broken where we couldn't even get into our bag of tricks. You can only really run those if your base offense is successful, and that's not really been the case for the Bears recently. But if our base offense can be pretty successful, if we can have success with the regular plays, then maybe we'll have the opportunity to run these trick plays. And like Moriano mentioned, Keenan Allen did throw a touchdown against our division rival, the Vikings, last year, and he was on the money with that pass today in practice. He underthrew that ball. Obviously, he's not a quarterback, but if the Bears do run, a Keenan Allen pass at some point this season, that's going to be an exciting moment, and hopefully he hits the receiver when the game actually matters. I also want to talk about some joint practice news. So according to Chris Emma, he said that the Bears will hold one joint practice with the Bengals on August 15th, which will be at Hallis Hall. And the Bears are actually playing the Bengals that weekend for the preseason game, so this makes sense. And this is pretty exciting, okay? To get the opportunity to go up against a really good team, a really good quarterback in Joe Burrow, a really good receiver in Jamar Chase, and see how we stack up against that pretty good team, I think it's going to be a good learning opportunity for the Bears. Caleb can learn a lot from an established great quarterback in Joe Burrow. Our young receivers like Odunze could learn a lot from a guy like Jamar Chase. If you look at the defensive talent that the Bengals have, they have a lot of talent on defense as well. And their defensive play caller is pretty good, pretty elite. At least he was the last time they were in the playoffs. So there's a lot to gain by practicing with a great team in the Cincinnati Bengals. This is going to be on Hard Knocks as well. So that week's episode should be pretty exciting, seeing how, our teams are trash talking with each other, how they're, battling against the Bengals in practice. That's going to be a very fun episode to watch. So, pretty exciting stuff there. And then lastly, I do want to talk about Caleb showing love to the Bears fan base, because today in his presser, he was asked about what it's been like being around Chicago sports fans so far, and he said they're great. They're always showing up. They put on a show every single time, and that much is 100% true, okay? No matter how bad our teams are, we always watch them. We always show love, and I think that Caleb recently, by going around to different Chicago sporting events, he's gone to Cubs games, White Sox games. The White Sox absolutely suck right now, so not much passion there at this moment, but he understands, how big of a fan base the Chicago Bears have and how passionate Bears fans are going to be if he wins games in the city. He's going to be loved by a lot of people, and I think that really excites Caleb to go to a passionate fan base like that. But leave a comment down below, guys. What do you guys think about practice today? I will have another video out tomorrow. It's a longer video talking about how Ryan Poles really changed the Chicago Bears franchise, so be on the lookout for that. But after that, I won't have a video out next week or the week following because I will be on vacation to Europe. So there's not going to be that many Bears updates in that time span anyways, but if there are any, I'll tweet about it for sure. So follow me on Twitter at DWCProds. I'm very active on there all the time. But thank you guys for showing so much love on this series on Bears practice. I'll be back with a lot more videos when training camp rolls around in about a month and a half. As always, guys, bear down.